So we are getting closer and closer to Halo 7. Not because 343 is going to announce Halo 7, but it's because that's how time works. And time-wise, we are getting closer to Halo 7. You're welcome. But like I said in my last Halo video, and most people in the Halo community are saying right now, with all the leaks we have about Halo 7 should come out in 2026. Or at the latest, like 2027, with the new Xbox console. But either way, we do know Halo 7 is 100% in development. And it's been in development since mid-2022. Around the time the Taliban took over Afghanistan. So as a diehard Halo fan who's been playing this franchise for the better part of like 2 decades now, I think we should get some stuff out of the way and make a wish list for Halo 7. And it's absolutely needed because of 343's track record. I would also love for you to comment down below if I missed anything, like something that you want. And I do have to prefix, this wish list is going to be realistic. Like we can't say, oh, I want a scene where Master Chief and Atriox start making out in the washroom of the banished ship. Because let's be honest, not all dreams come true. But yeah, let's get the most obvious one out of the way. We need this game to be ready to play at launch. I'm not sure if 343 even remembers what ready to play at launch even means anymore, since it hasn't been a thing since like 2012. But hopefully 343 went on Urban Dictionary and found out what ready to play at launch means. And with the leaks we have, I am pretty optimistic about this, simply because it has been basically confirmed that the next Halo game is going to be created on the Unreal Engine. If you don't know what the nerdy stuff means and you don't know the difference between like the Unreal Engine and the Splitscreen engine where that current Halo games are made on, the Unreal Engine is basically like a 100% ready to use condom with extra lubrication. And the Splitscreen engine is using the same sock as the condom that you've been using since like 2001. Obviously one's a lot better. And yeah, not only has the Unreal Engine been confirmed countless times, but it's also been confirmed basically by the guy who literally created the Master Goddamn Chief.
We even have Marcus Latow, which worked on the original Halo games. I think he was the person that wrote Master Chief and made the Warthog and did tons of incredible stuff with Halo, right? He's been liking comments like this. I hear Halo is on UE5 now. New Halo on UE5. Just tons of comments about this, which I think is interesting.
So Unreal Engine should have everything on day one. Since it's literally a requirement if you want to work at 343, you need at least 4 years of Unreal Engine experience. But some other things we do need is a sharp UI and fast matches. It takes forever to get into a match in Halo Infinite. I can literally start a search, eat a sandwich, brush my teeth, and take a dump at the same time. And half the time I still won't even be fully in the match. I've literally done this. I'll post proof if you need it. Like Fortnite probably takes like 30 to 90 seconds to get into a full match. For Halo Infinite it takes about 3 to 4 minutes. And this is coming from someone who has almost hit max rank in this game. So I know my stuff. And Halo 7 we also need customization to be normal. Weird Spartan core system, we need the stuff like we had before, like just normal customization. There's no way we should be paying for colors in 2026 when we weren't paying for colors a few months after 9/11. It's just not going to sit right with me personally. I wouldn't mind a battle pass, I mean it's kind of inevitable at this point, as well as a shop. But at the end of the day, we have to have a system like other Halo games where we can just earn in legacy ways. Like beating the campaign on legendary difficulty, beating up grunts from behind, not beating the crap out of a marine because they have a cool gun that you want. Simple stuff like that, you know, that just adds to the Halo experience. Because we all want to show our friends that cool new armor we got from no-lifing the game you love. And speaking of friends, come on baby, we need split screen. Now I'm not sure if this is even possible nowadays with 4 people, or like 4-player split screen. Even Bungie had a real hard time with that, as many of you know.
I understand technically that 4-player co-op is a lot harder. Even Bungie in 2007 when they were doing Halo 3 had great difficulties doing the 4-player co-op they almost scrapped it completely. So I think as a bare minimum, 2-player co-op, 4 if it can be done, but it has to be there at least.
Looking at it from a more optimistic side, I don't think they're going to make the same mistake again, unless they absolutely have to. And speaking of mistakes, here's something that I personally want. Some sort of raid. Again, I've been wanting a raid system in Halo for like years now, basically since I played the Taken King back in 2015-16. Like, we are now at an age where games that require a lot of communication, or at least promoted to communicate, are the top dogs. And it makes sense. We want to make gaming memories, and the best gaming memories are when you and the boys are in a party chat or game chat, and you have to actually be there and talk to each other. And instead you all keep screwing up and make fun of each other. Like, I don't know, I think genuinely Halo needs something to increase the social features to a whole other level. A Battle Royale is something that could work, but from the leaks we had about for a year now, a Halo Battle Royale was a thing. It was called Tatanka, and it's scrapped now. And it's smart, like, why would you want to waste resources for a Battle Royale if the community can make it in Forge pretty easily? But something like a raid would make all my wet dreams come true. No pun intended. Having a raid would literally be the newest, coolest thing in Halo. Or since at least Warzone from Halo 5, if not even further past. Like, we need more PvE content. If we don't have PvE content, then all we have is the campaign. And the Halo Infinite campaign, even though it's very enjoyable, is kind of like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where there's so much good in it, but the problems are like constantly in your face. Like, I feel like people genuinely forget the problems that Halo Infinite campaign had.
You guys are going to laugh when I say this at first, but first up, it needs to have the ability to load the last checkpoint. Believe it or not, Halo Infinite did not have that feature. It said checkpoint save every so often on Halo Infinite's campaign, but there was no way to revert a checkpoint. I can't believe I'm even suggesting this as a feature, but it needs to be in there.
I mean, that's just sad at this point. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if 3 tried releasing Halo Infinite without guns. It's getting super mega ultra sad at this point, man. But let's talk about Halo 7's campaign. Now, the Halo 7's campaign has Halo Infinite to build off of, and I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot there. Halo Infinite had a really hard job. I know I make fun of 3 a lot and call them Nazis and stuff, but at the end of the day, Halo Infinite story had so much working against it. And for what we had, it was pretty good. Like, Halo Infinite not only had to fix that ending from Halo 5, but it basically had to start an entirely new era of Halo. Which kind of failed, but they did have to start it up for the most part. And we do know that Halo Infinite's campaign was supposed to be way longer. Like, way longer. So with all of that, we did still have a pretty decent narrative. And like Hiddenxperia said, there was a motherload of a story we got going on.
Atriox frees the Endless, and based on what the Harbinger says, it seems as though their main priority is going to be bringing the Forerunners' lies to an end. These lies are very likely referring to who the true inheritors of the Mantle of Responsibility are. The Forerunners claim that the Precursors chose humanity as its inheritors, but this may be the great lie that the Harbinger is referring to, one that the Forerunners created to rationalize their extermination of the Precursors, and that they chose to follow through with by making the humans the reclaimers of all their technology when its payload was fired in an effort to keep the truth covered up and to make the lies seem legitimate. If this is the case, which personally I'm like 99.9% sure it is, and the Precursors never intended to pass the mantle down to any of their creations, let alone humanity, then the Endless's main goal will be, as the Harbinger directly stated, ascendancy, which in Halo is another word for claiming the mantle.
Before the Halo 7 campaign, man, just don't reset the story. Every 3v3 game just feels like something new and doesn't relate at all to the old campaign. And not only do I want it to relate to Halo Infinite, but it should relate to all of the games. Like, bring back the Didact. I heard he was like already there in like the comments if I'm not mistaken. But bring him back and have the Didact trying to stop the Endless as well. And now we have to team up with him, and the Arbiter shows up, and there's a mission where Arbiter is facing Atriox. And maybe have the Flood, almost a weapon against the Endless. And maybe we need the Flood on our side again. Like, there's so many ways these campaigns can relate to Halo 7. It's not as hard as it sounds. And yeah, I also want the obvious, like I want skulls, I want to explore new locations, but I don't think that needs to be said. And I think in the campaign we all want to feel like Master Chief and all these characters can die at any time. We haven't really had that since Halo Reach. Like, that was a super grounded story of like soldiers. I want it to feel bloody. And the open world is something that I have mixed feelings about. I wouldn't mind it, but it has to be like Assassin's Creed 2, where there's multiple cities and locations and the open world is like free to explore. Halo Infinite just felt like you were exploring Pleasant Park from Fortnite. And the location of Halo 7 could be anywhere, I don't really care. Here we might be going back to the Arc or even Zeta Halo, since they didn't really do much with the potential of Zeta Halo.
Zeta Halo. Infinite didn't even begin to scratch the surface of Zeta Halo's potential, and in terms of its role in the endless story, there's still a lot that needs to be done with it, so I really don't think we'll be leaving Zeta Halo anytime soon.
But yeah, either way, I do genuinely believe that we will get a teaser for next year's Xbox Showcase, or maybe even this year's Game Awards, maybe? But I do think we are getting super close to the reveal. So I thought I should say my wish list now before it's too late. And yeah, there are some stuff I missed that I think is like a bit too obvious. Like, I want all the old school weapons back, like, you know, the carbine, the fuel rod, those things are obvious. And obviously, playable elites, you know, they don't really need to be said. I feel like everyone has said playable elites. But yeah, I also have more Halo videos in the works on Halo MCC, Halo 5, and of course more on Halo 7. So yeah, probably those are gonna come out in like a month, I would say, or maybe less than that. But yeah, that's it for this video. Like, subscribe, and peace.